by Karira Laura right there, featuring Alice Kimanzi. And that brings us to exactly 23 minutes to the top of the hour. Allow me to share today's devotion. Today I'm sharing from the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 31. Deuteronomy chapter 31. I'm not even going to go there. I'm just going to read from this devotional right here. Like I told you, I'm sharing from Reverend Jotham Munene's devotional. And it says in Deuteronomy chapter 31 and verse 8, it says, "And Jehovah, He it is that does go before you. He will be with you. He will not fail you, neither forsake you. Fear not, neither be dismayed." Fear not, neither be dismayed. And of course, one of the reasons I believe God keeps repeating fear not is because he knows there are circumstances that will come in our life and we may be afraid. Sometimes we may see certain things, and be very afraid. I believe there are several people who have been, possibly you got into a scamming issue and you felt like your life was coming to an end because maybe you lost all your money, you lost all your belongings, and all that. But God is saying that he who goes before you, he will be with you. He will not fail you, neither forsake you. Fear not, neither be dismayed. Now, it says in this devotional that almost verbatim, God repeated the words of the verse 6 in Deuteronomy 31, which were addressed to the nation of Israel and Joshua. You know that there's a transition that is happening between Moses and Joshua. And so God speaks to the children of Israel, to Moses, actually to Joshua, not to be afraid. Joshua needed this encouragement, as we pointed out, because he is taking over from a very great man. The shoes of Moses were not your regular shoes. He was a great man of God. The whole of Israel stood and saw him part the Red Sea. So Moses was not your regular guy. He's not the kind of guy you will sit in for a pana. Moses was that guy who people looked up to because he had a serious relationship with God, and through him God did great things. And so Joshua could have been feeling, will I be able? And so God, knowing this, he encourages him. He encourages him that he needs not to fear. Moses had been God's instrument in transforming some feeble slaves into a nation. He was used by God to deliver acts of judgment to Pharaoh and to his army. He had led the nation through 40 years in the wilderness. He had introduced the 10 commandments, the sacrificial system, the tabernacle. His face used to shine when he returned from a board meeting with God. I like the way he puts the board meeting with God. This man was a man that Joshua was to replace. And this is not your regular guy. And I can see, I can feel, I don't know how many of us feel the pressure that Joshua felt, when he thought about taking over from Moses. And it continues to say here that I can see Joshua tossing in bed, unable to sleep. How will it be? Will I be a match to Moses' leadership? Will the people respect me? What if I make some terrible, costly mistakes? What if I make mistakes in judgment? Joshua was entering a new territory and thus facing new battles, new giants, but the Lord told him not to fear. Yahweh would be with Joshua. And I know many of us have gone through transitions, and this is a word that is quite timely. There are some that are most difficult moments in our lives. This is especially so when you are the newcomer. You are being called to replace a great leader in your church or a small group or a community or a place of work. You are wondering whether you will make it. You may even be contemplating declining the offer. If you are to turn down the offer, let it not be because you're afraid. Let it be that the Lord is giving you a different direction altogether. But if God says take the offer, go for it. Likewise, it may be a different type of transition. You're turning into a teenager. Or a new mother. Oh, I know. When you're a new mother, Every mother can understand the way you're wondering, will I be able to take care of this little person? Yeah, even lifting them, you're wondering, where will I place them? God can understand that. Being a new father, a new grandfather, a new college student, are you entering midlife, checking into retirement? It's a new transition, and God is telling us, do not be afraid. Do not let the former status hinder you from moving into your next level. Do not focus on the former. The Lord assures you, I will go with you. I will be with you in this journey. He will never leave you nor forsake you. What I like about this devotional is that there is a prayer there. It says, Dear Father, I am being called into a new responsibility, leadership, or a phase in life. If this is not happening now, it will happen pretty soon. Our lives are made of new frontiers, new challenges, new opportunities to prove the faithfulness of God. When the time comes for this shift, Lord, help me be ready. May you continue to grow my capacity on a daily basis. Help me to be faithful in Bible study, prayer, and other disciplines so that to help me grow. Help me to continue to prepare myself for my new roles. May I fit into my new appointments with grace and victory, and to the end that you will be glorified through my life. I bless you, Lord. Amen and amen. And God is just ministering to us through that particular story of Joshua there and telling us, if he tells us to go ahead and take a new responsibilities, may we do it knowing that the one who called us is faithful and is telling us not to be afraid because he is with us. We go for a short break. I'll be back in a short while.
Hello